So, we get this amazing opportunity to see you again in a horror film.
Thank
We
you.
fans do love your work and would like to know how was working with such a young director.
Nicholas Peche is, I think, one of our up-and-coming, very, very powerful filmmakers. He has a perspective. He's very young. He's 30. I think he's just 30. And his perspective is askew, is the only way I can sort of put it. His first movie is called Eyes of My Mother, and I remember watching it, and he takes traditional imagery but does something weird with it and or juxtaposes ideas and story in a way that you don't even understand why, but you're uncomfortable. Like it looks like it should be fine, but something's wrong. And it really puts a real disquiet into you as a viewer, which I think is again, using the word insidious, it's a very insidious way of penetrating your audience. And so I hadn't met Nicholas I hadn't met him until I came to set, actually. And he's he's the cutest, jauntiest guy. You'd never expect that from meeting him. And he loves what he does. He's, again, he has a very unique approach to the story he's telling. I think the current spin he put on this, being an updated version of The Grudge, basically, in 2020, is really extremely powerful. And I think it's a grown-up movie. It's not just a scary movie. It's got very rich ideas about rage in it and what rage does to people. And it's particularly at the core of it are three women from three different generations, really. I play the oldest, and then there's the detective in the middle, and then there's the young woman who's pregnant, also who has her story and is pregnant with a child that may have disability. So it's about really big, thematically, about big ideas that we're all battling right now. And what happens with this infection, which is a very current topic. I think we're all infected a little bit right now, and I think Nicholas has captured something of that and makes him very special and very current.
Yes, one of the really important things that we saw in the film is that it is a character-driven film, and it's a very mature and a film which is not only about scaring people,
Right.
but really going deeper into all the characters. Speaking about characters and actors, there's a Mexican actor, Damian Bichir, in the film. Did you interact with him during the shooting of the film?
Actually, I did not, because because we had three different storylines, basically. Nicholas shot it in pockets. So really, the only people hadn't even met John Cho. Because he was in another pocket than me. It was me, Frankie Faison, and Jackie Weaver, who really were the three characters that I interacted the most with in the film. So I didn't get to meet everybody. And that was really weird because Nicholas forgot we didn't know each other, that none of us really knew each other. And I think that accounted for something that also kind of added to the storyline, this sort of separateness, the separatization of people. And it kind of, that we don't all interact and that there's yet something in common that we all share. And I thought that was also thematically, it helped us as actors, I felt, on some level, to only have your own story and think you're the only story. Well, we all know we're not the only story.
Good. What was challenging for you about now being part of this long-time franchise, The Grudge, in this new approach of the franchise?
I had never really I'd seen pieces of the Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I never saw the full movie. And so I knew thematically what it was about, but I didn't really know, maybe I didn't do my homework, I don't know, but I don't think that, it wasn't important for me to know that. It was important for me to understand the theme of the story I was telling. I think, what was new and different is the way Nicholas positioned the characters and sort of juxtaposed us. Again, we didn't all interact, but there was a theme surrounding the film of which we were all a part. So again, it was a filmmaker's idea to, any of those stories could have been interesting on their own, but the fact that we were all part of this infection, which has, as Nicholas likes to say, has come to the United States now. It's moved from Japan here, and it's crawling. It's going everywhere, and it is going everywhere. I mean, I felt very strongly about the power of the current power of what this theme is right now, about rage. Is we're all enraged.
Were there any interaction with Sam Raimi?
I didn't see Sam until we did Comic-Con in New York.
Okay.
And Sam actually has a place in my heart that he wasn't 100% aware of. My brother, Bob Shaye, started New Line Cinema many years ago. And the story goes, my dad, because we're from Detroit, and Sam is also from Detroit, and my father, I guess it was his uncle who was a dentist and who says to my dad, I've got a nephew who's got a script, and your son is in the movie business. He said, would you give him the movie? And it was Evil Dead.
Okay.
So that was my connection to Sam Raimi. You know, it was sort of through his dentist uncle, my father and my brother. And I'd never met him before. So, and of course, you know, his reputation precedes him. And I was very proud to be a part of something he was creating. So thank you, Sam.
Okay. So, well, now we understand that, and you know, genre fans, we are a family.
Yes.
And we're super thankful of your role and the movies you have been doing. And now we realize that you have stronger and even weirder connections with Sam that only
Right, that only his grandfather probably knows.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Yeah.
Expect that?
Cheers.
No.
This is a man who's got a constitution.